Yesterday, the plane left at 2:48 p.m. and landed in Kinshasa at 5:23 p.m. So that is a 2-hour flight or 3-hour flight. Then from Kinshasa, it left at 7:55 p.m. and landed in Angola at 8:48 p.m. So what has happened? My suspicion is, one, they've either taken some of the family of Lungu to Angola, because I don't think anyone who is normal is going to go to Kinshasa. So my thinking is they've taken some of the family members or the belongings or whatever Lungu brought to South Africa. I think they've taken it to Angola. Remember, they're going to go to a country called Aruba. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Aruba. They are going to take this plane to Aruba. And in Aruba, that is where I think is the final destination. It's an island. I think that's the final destination of the Lungu family, or Lungu himself might even be buried there in Aruba. The reason why they chased me from the airport is because they didn't want me to see something. I've explained to you guys that the reason why they didn't want me at the airport is because they didn't want me to see something. So it was clear to me that the police were called so that I can leave the airport. So watch very carefully this movement that took place yesterday here. And I believe that that Aruba is going to be very important in what is going to happen next. But let's see, are they allowed to take a body from South Africa to Aruba? Are they allowed to take the family of Lungu to Aruba? Are they going to seek asylum over there? What is going to happen with the Lungu family? Very, very important. This plane, the fact that it left when I was not there. Remember, I was going to wait until it left. The fact that it left when I was not there is very significant, because the reason that was given for us to stop filming, to me, doesn't make sense. And I did explain to the guys that we started filming the previous day, and we're going to continue filming until the plane left. So now we don't know who entered the plane. We don't know what was taken into the plane. By now, you would be knowing. If I was there, you were going to know. But we're told not to film the plane, and we're told to go back to DECO and to get clearance. So it's clear to me that something has happened here with this plane yesterday. But I don't know what it is that has happened, because I wasn't there. If the plane had left in my presence, I was going to show you the loading, what was being loaded, who was going in, and so forth. Now we can't tell what happened because I wasn't there. Already the airport executives said someone had told them that we must leave that airport. And there is no law in South Africa against doing what we're doing. However, pakasara so kuti Gambagwe ajoine nyoka yamabhunu, we had to seek intervention so that I don't get taken. But it is clear to me that the movement of this plane is not simple. I hope that someone has footage of what happened, who entered, and all that, because there was absolutely nobody except me on that side of the plane. So what has happened with the Lungu is very important. What has happened with his family is very important. What went into that plane that left yesterday and landed in Angola is very, very important. And look at that. There are certain places where this plane is going from the 15th of June, where you can't tell where it has gone. You can see there are gaps here of where the plane is gone, but it's easy. We can track this very, very easily. However, the fact that the plane left with no one watching, which is what I was doing. Like, I woke up literally in the morning wanting to see who was going to go into that plane, but now we can't tell. And that was because they made a plan for us. And I was not aware that they were going to make that plan. So I didn't have a plan B. And I also don't want to stay in jail, in South Africa jail. That was going to be crazy. Right. So let's look at the newspapers. I'm going to display now the newspapers.